Hello, and welcome to this All About Odoo Activities video. Almost every company faces the challenge of administrative work and lack of time. Traditionally, sticky notes and manual to-do lists have been used for the sake of organizing internal operations. In a lot of cases, this method might have misleading information or it might even get lost. With Odoo, planning activities offers the perfect way to keep you on track with your work, get reminded of what needs to be done, and schedule the next activities to undertake. It also provides guidelines for day-to-day operations and keeps you focused on the goals that are crucial for the success of your business. In this video, we are going to see how we can create, schedule, and manage activities, setting activity types, schedule a chain of activities, control notifications, reporting, and tracking, knowing that we are going to explore all above using Odoo version 14. To get a head start, let's find out where we can schedule an activity. To see how this works in Odoo, I am going to jump into the app's navigation panel, select CRM, and display my pipeline. As you can see, when in Kanban view, the activity clock-shaped icon is in each stage on each lead. So whenever we want to schedule an activity, we can simply press on the icon, or also we can dive into the desired lead and do that from the chatter. I am going to do that. Scroll down to my chatter, knowing that the chatter might also be on the right, depending on the size of your screen. Let's schedule an activity. And when doing that, there are a few fields to fill out. The first one is the activity type. And we are going to talk more about this field right after. For now, the activity types we have are to-do, email, call, meeting, etc. Let's schedule a call, for instance. Let's give it a summary, call Sarah and check for any inquiries. I can select a due date to do this activity, and I can also assign it to one of my colleagues. For this one, I am going to schedule for myself. I can give it a summary, and after filling out all this information, I can schedule this activity, mark it as done, and schedule the next activity, and I can discard for sure. So let's schedule this one, and after scheduling it, it will be logged into the chatter, displaying all its information. Reaching out to the activity is super easy in Odoo. Anywhere within the system, I can simply press on the activity icon above the screen, and the system will show me the late, today's, and future activities within each app or module I use. So let's see the activity we've just scheduled. It's in the lead opportunity in the future. Call Sarah and check for any inquiries. Getting back. Now, I can cancel this activity if I want to. I can edit it, maybe assign it to someone else, maybe add a few extra days. And finally, I can mark it as done. And when doing that, I can mark it as done and give a feedback. I can discard it if I realize that it's not done yet. And finally, I can mark it as done and schedule the next activity. Now, after scheduling an activity, let's check out setting a new activity type and recommending next activities, creating a chain of activities. And to do that, I am going to CRM, Configuration, Activity Types. And now I see a list of all the activity types I have, and from there I can create and customize a new one. In an example context, let's say we want to create a new activity type, Review. To do that, I am going to the header button, Create, and start by giving it a name, Review. I can have action to perform within this activity, such as uploading a document, meeting, or tax report. Also, I can have a default user, maybe a user who is usually assigned to this activity. And for the sake of reducing data entry, I can also add a default summary and a default description. Let's say check grammar for the default summary and check the whole document. For the default description. To control time frame of this activity, we go to schedule date and define maybe 1 week after the validation date. The current fields we filled are now enough for creating a new activity type. By saving, we will have review as a new activity type, which I can schedule and reach it out. But if you want to create a chain of activities, Odoo provides two methods to do that. The first one is automating a chain of activities, and the second one is recommending a chain of activities. To create an automated chain of activities, we need to check trigger next activity and assign a default next activity. So let's say we want to make a meeting right after the review activity. The system will launch meeting and schedule it right after we mark review as done. Let's try that out. I'm going to save, get back to CRM, and select a random lead. I'm going to schedule an activity, which is review. And now I can find review. And as I said, for reducing data entry, the other information will be automatically filled by the system. So now I don't see mark as done and schedule the next. It's mark as done and launch the next activity. So when we schedule review as done, the system should automatically launch meeting. So let's get back to review from the activity types and try the other way, which is recommending a chain of activities. I am going to uncheck trigger next activity, delete the default next activity, and just recommend next activities. Maybe I want to do a meeting, or maybe just a simple call. So by doing that, the system will offer me the both options. Let's try that. Again, to my CRM, a random lead, and schedule review as an activity. And now, when I mark it as done and schedule the next one, the recommended activities are call or meeting. So I want to schedule now a call. And the system will schedule a call automatically. Now let's talk about notifications. After scheduling an activity, we might need to know how to enable receiving notifications and how we receive them. First to know, Odoo offers two ways to handle notifications. The first one is to handle them by emails, and the second one is to handle them internally within the system. To see how this works, I am going to edit my profile preferences and select one of the two options available. In this example, I am going to handle my notifications internally in Odoo and save. In this way, whenever I receive a notification, it will be inside the system. To gain even more control on my notifications, we can do that from the chatter. So I am going to select any random lead and go to my chatter. As you can see, in the followers icon, I can see my name, and beside it there is a pencil icon. And from there, I can have my notifications control. In this case, I am only receiving notifications when discussions, meaning that I will be receiving notifications when I have a direct message or when I receive a message from a channel from which I am a member of. I can also check activities to receive notifications when someone schedules an activity, or even on notes when someone logs a note. And for sure also when a stage is changed, opportunity won, lost, or restored. In closing, and after your scheduled activities are all set and live, Odoo CRM reporting is your tool to help you analyze activities and have a better understanding of your team's performance. Let's check out Odoo reporting activities. I am going to CRM, reporting activities. And now by removing this filter, I am representing all my information, including discussions and activities. As you can see, I have three different views in how I want to represent information. The first one is the list view, and in this view, I have my information in a list indicating completion date, assigned to, activity type, activity description, and company. Next is pivot view. In this view, I have my information represented in a pivot table, and in Odoo 14, I can insert all the information within this pivot table into an embedded spreadsheet. By pressing on Insert in Spreadsheet and confirming, the system will automatically build a spreadsheet having all my information. Let's get back. And if I want an even more visualized representation of my information, I will select Graph View. In this view, I can sort my information into ascending or descending order. I can also view them in different charts, like the stacked one I am using right now, columns chart, line chart, and finally pie chart. Furthermore, I can have even more control of what data I want to report on by adding filters, like if I want to see the activities within the completion date of 2020, the third and fourth quarters, and grouping them by the salesperson, for instance. I can also compare them within a previous period or the previous year. And finally, if I like this current search, I can save it to my favorite, and once saving, it will be saved in the favorite bar. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for watching and see you in another video.